Very good morning to the lecturer and anyone who is watching this video. Today I'm going to present our operating system project focusing on the deployment and verification of an isolated server environment. So before we begin looking at the configuration, I would like to establish our network architecture layout. So from this environment, we are using a private sandbox network running on a VirtualBox hypervisor. Our Debian server virtual machine is configured with a static host only interface mapping to a ENP0S8 running on the IP network subnet 192.168.1.0 in mask 24. So the server itself occupies the static gateway IP address as 192.168.1.1254. Meanwhile, our client's virtual machine connects to the same host-only lane via adapter interface ENP0S3. The following command show how the interface environment file we modify the interface v4 parameter to explicitly target ENP0S8. So this restricts the DHCP engine to listen exclusively on our internet private card, preventing our configuration from leaking out to the external network. So second, we edit the primary daemon rules script inside the file. So we scroll to the bottom and append our custom subnet block, defining a dynamic IP release pool range from 192.168.1.5 to 192.168.1.10 and enforcing our server in .254 address as the default gateway option routing path. Once the file is edited and saved, we execute the systemctl restart ISC DHCP server, and you can see on the screen, the system log returns a clean active green status indicator, confirming our setup is running flawlessly without syntax error. Now, let's switch over to our client virtual machine to test the automated network configuration assignment. So we flush out any existing lingering IP credentials on interface ENP0S3 and run DHClient-v to track the process in real time. As displayed on the screen, the terminal executes a clean DORA network handshake. The client spans out a broadcast packet, receive an offer from our server gateway, request the parameters, and successfully bind to the very first available address in our dynamic scope, 192.168.1.5. So finally, to verify the security and isolation properties of the sandbox network, we run an isolation test by executing ping-c to in address 8.8.8.8 to reach the external public internet. Due to the host-only network is fully contained and intentionally completely disconnected from any active NAT or external WAN routing system, our client terminal instance drops the action locally and returns a network is unreachable error status. So this shows this successfully completes our live development and testing verification of the DHCP server integration. That's all from my part. Thank you.
My name is Hannsavenni, anak perempuan Surendra Rao, and my matrix number is B032510621. And I'm here to explain regarding my part of the project where I'll be demoing regarding the SFTP server. First, I started off by following my guide and instructions where I'll have to install the OpenSSH server-y command where I'll be doing here. Here you can see that it's already been installed, as it shows that OpenSSH server is already the newest version and it is automatically installed. Then I did the next command where I configured SSH to listen only to the internal interface using the nano command. And here when I scroll down, you can see that I have stated that its listen address is only 192.168.1.254, while its subsystem is SFTP internal SFTP. Next is I would go on to create a new SFTP user based on the guide. The new user is researcher. While in this video, since I've already created the researcher, you can see that when I execute the command user add -m researcher, it shows that user researcher is already existed. So then I would go on to the next step where I would restart and verify. So I perform my systemctl restart ssh command. Then I will go on to do the verifying command where I would perform sudo ss-tlnp grep ..22. And here you can see that the output is 128 space 192.168.1.254, which is our IP address that I've set, and this is the expected output. So this is our client terminal where we will be testing to see if it connects from our server. So here you can see that I'm running the command SFTP researcher at 192.168.1.254, which is the IP address that we have set just now. And what it asks when I run this command is to insert the researcher password. So here I'll type the researcher password and it will successfully connect. So we'll know that this testing session is successful. Then we would test file transfer, where first I will run the command pwd, where it is supposed to show the current remote directory, where in this case it's home. Under home we have researcher, so it's under researchers directory. Then I would perform the command ls, where it lists files in this directory. So under this we have desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, public, videos, and also test.txt. Next is we will upload a file named test.txt. So since I've already created that file, we are going to be uploading using the put test.txt command. And here you can see that it's successful too, as it shows that it uploaded to 100%. Next, we'll be downloading that file using the command get test.txt. You can see that it is successful too, as it shows fetching. Then we will exit from our command. So that is all for SFTP server, and this is the proof of our work that SFTP of our server is successful. Thank you.
Hi, I'm geng g2c and I am responsible for the web service using Apache 2. And let me demonstrate the configuration and testing. Here you can see Apache 2 is active and running on the server. And now I have changed the listen from active to 192.168, then 0.1.254 and active. So the Apache only listen on the interval network interface, not the internet. And for the virtual phone, also changed from the address port active to the determined address, which is 192.168, ensuring the Apache only responds to the internet network request. And this is the HTML content of our internal portal page that will be served to the client. And for this command, verifies the listening IP address of Apache. Notice the output shows only this determined 192 address and not the 0.0.0.0 because this is critical and it proves the Apache is bound exclusively to the internet network interface. And now we will go to the client virtual machine. From the client VM, WCAT successfully connect to the 192.168.1.254 port active and receive a 200 OK response. This confirms the web server is accessible from the internal network. And finally, we're pinging to the 8.8.8.8 shows that there was 100% packet loss, which confirms the client server totally no internet access and completely isolated from the internet. This is correct and expected behavior from our Phantom Leak protocol secure quarantine zone. And this is the demonstration of the web server, and Apache 2 is successfully configured and bound exclusively to 192.168.1.254 on port 80. And for the client's virtual machine, only accessible to this address. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is HENG from S132, group geng g2c. So today I will be demonstrating the configuration and testing of the internally protocol SecureQuarantine zone implementation of the database part. So before I start, let me share my server virtual machine first. So as you can see here, the MAC address is explicitly set to the 192.168.1.254. It's actually locking the service to the internet user ATH2. To verify this mathematically, the SS is activity to confirm that the database name is actively listening exclusively on the internal IP address as shown as here, and also successfully sharing it from the external interface. So right now, I will transition to the isolated client virtual machine to demonstrate the remote testing procedure and the data retrieval. So right now, I have successfully established a remote connection to the server using a telnet special defined internal user credential. So by querying the sensitive data table, we successfully retrieved the simulated file records by the blueprint version 1 PDF prototype schema. So this proving that the internal routing and the database are privileged branch are fully operational. So that's all from me. Thank you.